Okay, back, and we're going to do, oh, what's stuck on here? We're going to do a short video. I hope so. Anyhow, I've got to stop saying that because I keep watching the videos and I keep saying that and they just don't work out short, and it's just silly because I keep always saying it. But it's not going to be too long. It's not going to be a half-an-hour video, that's for sure. And so I went and got a few more of these things. So I was a little bit addicted to them. So I've got this one. Where did the other characters go? Well, there she is. I don't know where the chipmunk went. Which is sad because I want the chipmunk. This is kind of important. Oh no, where have they gone? Oh, they're over here. And they're on their roller skates, which aren't theirs. And they've lost their base. So these are the ones I've got so far. So, what have we got in this little bag? I don't know, actually. I'm hoping I've got these right. I sat in the shop, sitting on the floor, looking very silly, feeling around the bags for quite a while. So the shops do have more than they had before, so I don't think there's going to be a problem with getting these, missing out on getting these. Oh, look, 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 look. So let's get this out. So, yeah, so I was a bit worried that they would disappear because the last Disney series, they didn't seem to stock much, but this time they seem to be okay, so that's good. And guess what it is? It's their friend. So now I have Chip and Dale, and I just don't remember which is which. And I was going to look up, find out who is whom is whom. I don't think that's the correct way of saying it. But we will say whom is whom. One of them's got the red nose. I actually remember thinking about the red nose thing when I was a kid. Because I did watch this, I just don't remember at all anything about watching it. Like, it's not really a thing that sticks in my head. But I know they're characters, and they have different sized legs. No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. One of them's got rollerblades on. Roller skates. They're the same size leg. No, they're different. No, they are the same. Are they the same size? They just look... No, they are the same. I'm just imagining the whole thing. So there we go. This one's got the very, kind of now becoming traditional... sack that they're carrying around, and this one has an acorn. So there we go, that's quite nice. And those roller skates don't actually come from that, they come from that solo set, which we haven't finished yet, but we will finish next time. And you might think, well, okay, he just got one, that was a quick video, but you wait for it, we're in for a surprise, because I got my tax returns done and got my tax refund. So I went a little bit crazy and got a few more. So what's in this one? Let's find out. It's... I guess this is not quite as scrunchy as the other thing, but it's probably kind of annoying on the camera. So it's... Well, let's just take out one little piece. It's a black base, so it's a character with a black base. Now, who would that be? But there's like some material. Oh, look at this. It's this thing here. So it's forget who's who. Elsa. That's funny. Her one isn't like sellotaped together. It just folds out, which is handy because I wanted to fold one out. I don't know where the one that I folded out had gone, except it's right over here. So that was a bit silly. But now I've got two folded out ones. She's Elsa, right? I always get Elsa and Anna mixed up. I've only watched Frozen once. So I should watch it again. I should watch it many times. So I was quite excited to get her. She was quite easy to find, though I was a little bit worried. Well, it's quite easy to recognize. But then afterwards I thought, oh, maybe it was Mickey. Because I felt this thing here. And I'm like, oh, but it feels kind of like that as well. Except that one's got 8 pointy bits. And this one's only got 6. But we've got the cool little thing here. And she's got one of these bases, which feels slightly different to the other ones. Maybe it's just my imagination. I think it is. And she's got quite a lot of good printing on her, that's for sure. So sparkly sequin stuff all the way around. And what did I do with her very, very... This is probably the most elaborate fabric-y thing I've ever had. So it's not one... In fact, I've never had one of this shape. And I'm assuming it goes this way. Where's the instructions? They have instructions for her, I think. Well, this is no, they only have instructions for Anna, but we can assume that she goes the same way. Well, she has well, this would be interesting. I hope I get her. because she has an interesting cape as well. And she's got two faces. She's got the blinking, hello there, and the not so blinking. I'm not impressed with your silliness. What? When does she do that in the movie? This is like the end of the movie when she's a little bit more chill. A little bit more chill, if you know what I mean. If you get me. And then this goes on. She looks pretty cool. I don't actually like that. I don't like her blinking like that. I like her looking a little bit more. Yes. Not so over the top. Is there anything else in there? It feels like there was something else in there, but there's not. So she's pretty cool. The hair is definitely very interesting because it goes over like that. It's rubbery though. Rubbery hair. So it's kind of like a Friends hair thing. Let's get out our Friends character. How come I've got two Friends characters now? Where did she come from? Well, she's just appeared on the desk. So she hasn't got any hair. So she's going to have that hair now. That looks a little bit odd on her. But it kind of doesn't work. I almost got a new Friends set. One of those little heart-shaped box things. For the heck of it. But I didn't. So I probably will get one of those at some point. Because I haven't done any Friends things for a while. And I like doing Friends things. So the Friends characters can sit over on the side and just watch. And do that. So you'll be like, oh, well, you've got one of that. Now you're going to have to get Anna at some point. Well, we'll see about that. But I did get another bag of this. And so, what's in this one? I don't know. Yeah, it was crazy times with tax refunds. So much money that was kind of technically mine in the first place. Which is why I always feel bad, like when you spend money you get from your tax refunds. Well. Because you feel like it's like free money, but it's actually your money in the first place. So it's a bit silly. It's Anna, and we've got this, and she's got like the fabricy one. So this one's the kind of plasticky fabricy one, and this is the fabric one, which is a bit more stretchy and stuff. So I think she goes to a better quality clothing shop than Elsa. I hope I get them the right way around. I really feel bad. Like surely this is Anna, and surely Elsa, because Elsa. It has to be. Anyway, I was quite excited. I'm not going to put it together just yet because I want to put together this lamp thing because I never had a lamp. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Look at that. Now everyone's got a lamp. I've only got one lamp, but I feel cool having this little lamp thing. So there's a little lamp. Look at it up close. Have a good close look at her. Even though you can just look up her picture online. She's pretty neat. But let's just build her. So she's got the same kind of dress/skirt. Base or move it. I always feel like you could also use it for some kind of green slug piece. Upright bipedal well, not bipedal, but upright slug. But she's got this. Has she got exactly the same face? Not quite. She's got a bit of a smirk. She's got a bit of a Han Solo thing going on, and she's just pretty straightforward. But they do look very well. They are sisters, so that's kind of fair. Well, how do they wink? Why are they winking? What's going on in this world? I don't remember there being that much winking. They do wink with the opposite eyes, and she's probably got more teeth than her because you can kind of see a little black line at the bottom of her mouth. So they have kind of tried to differentiate things, and they do have different coloured eyebrows. So, but they do look kind of similar. Like honestly, I bet you could swap those over and you wouldn't notice the difference. But maybe I was going to say maybe she has like a bit of hair that goes down one side, but it goes around the other side. So she probably would. I mean, I don't know. I've never had hair quite this long, and so maybe you blink depending on how you put your hair. I mean, there might be a correlation between the blinking side and the hair laying down side. And so it might look pretty off if I did that. But then she's got hair going down both sides. They do look kind of like little, you can imagine them in the Alien, those Earth Defense Force things as being like the alien head units that were sort of taking over people's brains. Because they're very squishy, and they have lots of little long tentacle things if you look at them that way. But they look very good when you put them on. They just feel very odd before you put them on. So smiley faces. Why did I leave it with the winking thing? I don't like the winking thing. All right. So that she looks nice, and the hair looks pretty cool. Then it goes down like that. So that actually works super well. In fact, I think that works better than it does for her. We forgot to put on her cool cape thing, which I've never had this shape before. So it should look pretty damn nice. Very swish. Is it going to? It is, but it doesn't quite go down. Like it's going to pop up like that. That's going to be a bit of a worry. Is there a guide for how to make it? Oh, I know how. Of course, it's obvious. Her hair is going to hold it down. So she can't go around wearing this thing if she's bald, because it won't look very good. Because it will pop up in the air. So I'll show you what I mean. If she had a short haircut or a different haircut, it would just stick up like this. And she'd look a little bit odd. So, but she doesn't look so odd now. She looks pretty cool. Alright, so now we've got three sets of characters. So we've got the chipmunks, we've got the Frozen characters, we've got the Nightmare Before Christmas characters. But I have one more. Yes, I got one more. No more after this though. And this one obviously is not going to be part of these groups because they mostly come in pairs. And we've got those pairs. So, and if you think back to what I said about in the last collectible minifigure video, I think I'm quite far behind in my videos because I think there's only one up and this is going to be the third one. So I'm going to have to start catching up and posting videos. I'm getting there. I just missed out uploading yesterday. Alright. So let's see, what could it be? So think for a second. Think. What would it be? What would it be? What have I been talking about? It's not Frozone. I keep thinking I did find Frozone and I didn't find her this. Oh no, I did find her. That cup's quite distinctive. And I did find her and I probably found him. What I really couldn't find is I couldn't find Jasmine, and I thought that was who I want to get because she's got the little bird and the cool hair thing. There's not too much chaos going on with her, but she looks pretty cool. But I couldn't find her, so I thought I might try and get her. I didn't really know if I found these guys because I wasn't really looking. But I feel like I'm going to have to get those. But I've got most of the ones that I'm really excited about. So, well, you're going to find out what I mean because we're going to have a look at what we've got, and it's Scrooge McDuck. That's right, the one I was continually going on about in the last video. And look at this. That's quite styly. Well, I'm going to have something to talk about here, aren't I? Very nice. Very nice. I'm quite glad that I've got this one. So, oh, they do have, okay. So that would explain what that thing was that I keep feeling in the bags. So I actually found a lot of ducks. And like I read that there were only 2 of each in the box. And so it feels like they're quite rare. But of course, because there's 3 of them, there's actually 6 of them in the box. So a duck comes up quite often. Maybe not a particular duck. But I felt this thing here and it was a bit confusing. I thought this was something to do with their head or something. Maybe but it's a little tail. So I do feel like I've had this before. So I must have got Donald in the last series. Let's go. Oh, I'm gonna yawn. I've got almost all the way through. So this was the big thing. This, and I'm gonna feel like a bit frustrated now because I can see how this goes on. This was the top hat piece, and I thought this would be really cool to have with other characters, but it actually uses the Friends style little tiny dots, so it will go well with the Friends characters. So with not Mia, or Mia with the tan or different color. I think she's actually got 3 different things, so she's got a different tan there to her legs. So she's really got to work out those tanning bed settings and do that kind of stuff, or maybe just, you know, it's bad for your skin to get too much of that, Mia. Just accept whatever color you have. There you go. It doesn't kind of fit on. Well, I've been trying to put it on. Scrooge. So how does it actually go on? So it's not quite center. So if you put it that way, well, is it supposed to go? Oh, I feel like I should know etiquette for how you put a top hat on. Because there's a little bit that sticks out in the front. Okay, was there in the picture? Let's have a look in the picture. That doesn't really help. I guess it goes, because I can't really tell. Because if you look at the bottom of it, it's actually not round. And I don't know which way to put it. Is it in the instructions? Is it? Is it really? No, it's not. Okay. So I'm just going to have to guess. But they come with some cool things. So Scrooge comes with a coin, a trusty 10-cent coin, which doesn't stick to his hand so well. And I'm kind of assuming he's going to be holding his cane. So actually the thing that I ended up looking for in the bag were the canes, and apparently he gets a spare one. Or that one was just sitting on my desk, because we have been going through Harry Potter wands like anything recently. So that could have just been an extra one that just happened to be there. But maybe you get two in the bag. But that's what I actually felt for. I thought, oh, okay. Should feel around for his cane. Which is odd. Because, is that 10 cents? It is 10 cents. But he is definitely a very nice character. A very nice little minifigure, this one. Look at that. You've got printing. You've got a two-colour legs, so red and white, but you've got orange printing around the feet and over there, and then you've got blue and a black line printing for the rest of it, and it's really nicely done. And though I always feel like they should have got that blue, but how could they? And then they've got printing everywhere, but not too much printing on the arms, but there's a little bit of printing there. So it's a full job. And the face is very intricate, of course. Look at that. It definitely looks like Scrooge. So I almost got a what was it? A Toy Story set, like the cheap Toy Story set, but with Woody in it. But I actually really liked the. I think a lot of people are probably not that happy with the traditional minifigure head style Toy Story one, and they had all the ones where they had like a bigger, taller Woody and everything looked, which I guess kind of like I don't know why they're going with that. It just doesn't look anywhere near as good as the original Toy Story one, so I was a little bit hesitant. But that Scrooge is pretty cool. So these guys, I guess anything that has like a non minifigure head is just automatically just going to look cool. So I think they pretty much always work. I can't think of one off the top of my head that has a head like this that doesn't really work. Like the ducks will look good. Mickey looks really good. And the Simpsons series was all pretty much that, and they all look great, I think. Well, not all of them. I'm pretty sure there was probably one that I thought looked rubbish, but most of those looked. I'm a big fan of the Simpsons ones. I've got every single one of both of those series. And I made sure of that. So if there's anything, it was me getting the Simpsons. But I would like to get all these characters. But I think so far I've got the ones that she's not actually part of it. The ones that I really, really, really wanted. So that's made me kind of happy. I still haven't looked up what her name is. And then I'm going to go, oh, that's right. Which I still haven't done. So obviously I haven't quite got it popping into my head yet. So we've got 7 out of 18. So it feels like I've got so much more actually. She's not carrying her lantern. Did she? Oh, she came. I was going to say, did she not come with anything? But she comes with her snowflake, her giant snowflake, which you can kind of hold in different places. So that's quite neat. All right, I better finish up soon because I wanted to be quick. So that's quite cool. So I've got those, and so the next ones I'm going to aim for a Jasmine. I feel like I'm probably going to get these 3 here are my least favorite. But I'm probably sure I probably like the characters. Like, I mean, these are pretty cool looking minifigures. It's just that I don't care enough about these. Given the fact that I've never actually seen either Aladdin or Hercules, though I did start watching Hercules, I just didn't finish it. But I'm going to watch Aladdin real soon, not the live action one, because people aren't really saying much about that. And I don't care, but I do want to watch the original. And I'm probably going to get those 2. Because I think I got the Incredibles figures from the first series. And I'm going to get those 2. So I'll get the yucks. I'm sorry, I'm yawning too much. So I gotta finish now. This is a terrible video when you yawn on it. Thanks for watching, that was fun. And tomorrow I'm going to finish that solo set. Meow. Okay, bye.